So today we've got two serious machines on the table, the Corvette Z06 and the Porsche 911 GT3. Both are fast, both are expensive, and both have a huge fan base that swears theirs is the better car. Not who looks cooler, not who has the flashiest badge, just which one performs when it matters. The Corvette brings that big V8 energy, loud, aggressive, and confident. The Porsche, on the other hand, is more about control and consistency. It's the kind of car that feels perfectly tuned for every inch of tarmac. In this video, we're going through the numbers, the sounds, the launches, and the final results. By the end, you'll know exactly which car deserves the win, and maybe which one you'd actually want to drive home. Let's get into it. Let's start with the basics. First up, the Corvette Z06. Under the hood, it's got a 5.5-liter naturally aspirated V8, codenamed the LT6. This engine makes around 670 horsepower and 460 pound-feet of torque, and it revs all the way to 8,600 RPM. That's supercar territory. It sends all that power to the rear wheels through an 8-speed dual-clutch transmission, and the shifts are quick, lightning quick. The throttle response feels immediate, and the car always seems ready to attack the next stretch of tarmac. The Z06 isn't just about brute force, though. It's built with proper racing tech, a flat-plane crank, lightweight internals, and a setup inspired directly by the C8.R race car. Then there's the Z07 Performance Package. Carbon fiber aero pieces, a massive rear wing, carbon ceramic brakes, and Michelin Cup 2R tires that are almost slicks in disguise. Together, it turns the Z06 from a powerful sports car into something that feels genuinely track-ready. And that soundtrack, sharp, metallic, and unapologetically loud, makes every rev feel dramatic. Now let's switch over to the Porsche 911 GT3. It's got a 4-liter flat 6, also naturally aspirated, putting out 502 horsepower and 346 pound-feet of torque. It might not match the Corvette in raw numbers, but it weighs less, just under 1,500 kilograms. And that makes a real difference. Power goes to the rear through Porsche's legendary 7-speed PDK gearbox, one of the quickest and smoothest transmissions ever built. The GT3 is all about precision. Every part of it feels dialed in. The steering, the balance, the weight transfer. It's the kind of car that feels like it's built for the perfect lap, not just the perfect pull. Two cars, two very different approaches. But on paper, the numbers are closer than most people expect. This is going to be tight. Let's talk about sound, because that's a huge part of what makes both of these cars special. The Corvette Z06 doesn't just make noise, it announces itself. That flat-plane crank V8 screams all the way past 8,000 RPM, and it has this raw, metallic tone that sounds more like a race car than a street car. It's aggressive, sharp, and completely unfiltered. You don't just hear it, you feel it in your chest. Then there's the Porsche 911 GT3. It's not as loud, but it's pure. The flat 6 engine has a clean mechanical sound that builds in a perfect, steady climb. Every gear change, every rev, feels intentional. Where the Corvette shouts, the Porsche sings. Now, if you're standing trackside, the Corvette grabs your attention first, but if you're behind the wheel, the GT3 gives you that addictive connection between your right foot and the sound coming from behind your head. Both cars sound incredible, just in very different ways. One's theater, the other's precision. Now let's see what happens when both cars actually take off. The Corvette Z06 has the power advantage on paper. No question there. That V8 pulls hard from the start, and when it hooks up properly, it launches like a rocket. But here's the thing. Getting all that power to the ground isn't always easy. With that much torque going through the rear wheels, traction can be hit or miss depending on conditions. When it's warm and grippy, it flies. When it's cold or dusty, you'll see a bit of spin before it settles. The Porsche 911 GT3, on the other hand, is all about consistency. Launch control engages smoothly into Hauen, and the car just bites into the surface. It doesn't have the same instant punch as the Corvette, but it makes up for it with grip and control. It's lighter, more balanced, and feels laser-focused off the line. In a clean run, the Corvette edges ahead, but not by much. It's raw power versus refined control, and this time the stopwatch shows just how close they really are. Next up, let's talk about rolling performance. The kind of speed that really shows up when you're already moving. From around 60 miles an hour, both cars are in their element, but they behave very differently. The Corvette Z06 hits hard the moment you put your foot down. That big V8 wakes up instantly and pulls with serious force through the mid-range. Each gear feels short and urgent, and you can feel the rear end working to keep everything in line. It's fast, no doubt about it, but you've always got that bit of drama. The car feels alive, a little unpredictable, and that's part of the fun. The Porsche 911 GT3 takes a more surgical approach. You floor it, the PDK snaps through gears, and the car just surges ahead in one smooth motion. No hesitation, no wheel spin, no wasted movement. Just clean, relentless speed. Over a half-mile stretch, the Corvette might start stronger, but the GT3 stays right there, breathing down its neck. Different styles, same result. Both incredibly quick, just in their own way. Speed is one thing, but stopping and control matter just as much. You can have all the horsepower in the world, but if the car can't slow down or hold a corner with confidence, it's never going to feel complete. Let's start with the Corvette Z06. With the Z07 package, you're getting carbon ceramic brakes, aggressive aero, and a serious tire setup. When you stomp on the brake pedal, it reacts instantly. The bite is strong, almost shocking the first time you feel it. But there's a bit of a learning curve. The Corvette is heavy, and you can sense that mass shifting forward under hard braking. If the track isn't perfectly clean or you're a little too aggressive, the rear can feel twitchy. You've got to stay calm, modulate your inputs, and trust the grip. When you get it right, though, the stopping distance is incredible. It's that mix of muscle and technique. You can feel the car rewarding smooth control instead of brute force. The Porsche 911 GT3, on the other hand, feels like it was engineered for this exact moment. You press the brakes, and the car just plants itself. There's no drama, no weight shift that catches you off guard. The pedal feel is beautifully firm. The pressure builds naturally, and you know exactly how much bite you're using. That same sense of precision carries straight into the corners. Turn in, and it feels almost telepathic. The steering weight, the balance, the response, everything just lines up. You don't fight the car, you flow with it. Where the Corvette demands focus and confidence, the GT3 gives you reassurance and control. One feels like taming raw energy, the other like wearing a perfectly fitted glove, and that difference defines how each car makes you feel behind the wheel. So, after all that, which one actually comes out on top? In straight line runs, the Corvette Z06 takes it by a small margin. When it hooks up properly, that extra power gives it the edge. It's loud, it's wild, and it feels like it's trying to break free every time you floor it. It's not the easiest car to handle at the limit, but it's definitely the most exciting one to watch. The Porsche 911 GT3, though, is a different kind of fast. It might lose a tenth or two in a drag, but it makes up for it everywhere else. The grip, the control, the confidence, it's all so polished. You can drive it hard, lap after lap, and it never feels like it's fighting you. So if you're chasing numbers, the Corvette wins. If you care about driving feel, the GT3 wins. And honestly, there's no wrong choice here. Just two amazing cars doing exactly what they were built to do. Thanks for watching, and let me know which one you think deserves the win.